Look, I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck. And my youngin' did a sweet. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. The shit's too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming, Vinny, beach. And them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curse. On my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Niggas weak, they the church. On my west hand, that's absurd. They cross the line, I'm gonna back up, and I'ma hit his ass with his life. And I couldn't do 300 strong, 144 be a night. Oh, my niggas, we eat. Ministries with the ice. Say, all y'all do the sweet. Tell y'all to do the sweet. The nigga made the wrong move, we make his ass out the lead. Ain't one of us hit the lead. Ain't one of us hit a preach. Come through all black, got his jack, man. All the niggas go retreat. I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Look, that's on my face, bitch. I'm for real with it. I hit the street, put on my bitch was in the field with it. You saw this plotting just at the Uncle Phil. And if my target's on the move, I can steal it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's for time for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. But with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we pace. We form up in a race. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no gray shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on the best cap shit. I can't on to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on the deck. And my youngin' did a sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. with the wind, the beat by the beams. Now I'm gone in the wind, trying to stick a couple in my lips. About to make shit trim. 144, the real. About to turn it up a little. Heat the bitch up like lobster. He can probably bring a whole eye mop. And know that we feel like pop. And I'm headed for the top down. And they never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I let you know that I was gone, but I never lived. Fall back now. I thought I let you know this brotherhood is a whip. And I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I let you know. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I let you know that I was gone, but I never lived. Fall back now. I thought I let you know this brotherhood is a whip. And I never let it go. Woo! Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I let you know.
Shalom, Israel. Let me know you in here. I got them soldiers on the way now. Y'all better stop running. Stop acting like the UPK music gang shit. Woo. I don't remember Captain Mashak said that. I was there. Let me tell you something else.
Let me on those slow motion pictures, bro. You got you at 60 frames per second. Come on, right? They say they want to hear that rough shit. So you nigga claim it and they bust. They give a bit of movie coach. But you better if they get it wrong with it. She get it like, ooh, keep shopping.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me on those slow motion pictures, bro. You got you at 60 frames per second. Come on, right?
They say they want to hear that raw shit. My ooh, people stop. I'm on my way up and it ain't gonna stop me. Ooh, people stop. We're gonna talk about it today. You the salt of the earth. You got all the flavor. But you give it to your enemy. In the banjo.
They say they want to hear that rough shit. These niggas claiming that they bust. These niggas better move it coach. But the players, if they get it wrong, for it.
rum, red rum. Red rum.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, little nigga. I'm past veteran. Never been a third, little nigga. I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like ass catcher. Shiny break the nigga ribs up like white left, but we all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you doing life? These hands are root GPS, mean right. That's me.
BK Wood. Salam, Mark. What's going on, cuz? Love you. No acronym. All right. I got caught up in the music. Shalakia. I got caught up in the music. I was supposed to be typing something, man. All right, y'all bear with me. Shalakia. Let me see. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Shalakia. I got caught up in the music, man. All right. This is the Hidden Truth Revealed. The Hidden Truth Revealed. I'm Captain Azania, Captain of 10,000, priest and captain in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA. Okay. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, who our God is. Yahweh is his name in the Hebrew, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, your God, your power, the most high power. Okay, the creator of all things, has no time. All right, and with that being said, we also teach the truth of who we are. And we're going to get into that today, who we are as a people. When I say we, I'm talking of the so-called Negro, the so-called West Indian. When I say the so-called West Indian, I'm talking about those that got off of slave ships, the Caribbeans, all right, natives and West Indians, native indigenous people of those territories, okay, the native indigenous people of North, Central, and South America, all right? You make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Blacks and Hispanics, black and brown people, you make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? Your family came through the transatlantic slave trade. Either you were indigenous to this land, natives, you was taken to slavery across the planet as well, and forced slavery here in North, Central, and South America with our brothers and sisters, okay, of the Southern Kingdom, came from the western shores of Africa, west coast of Africa. You make up the 12 tribes of Israel. I know it's very difficult to understand. I know it's very difficult for it to understand, but let's give a hand right off the bat for Commanding General YAHANNA in the ISUPK. Right off the go, let's give a hand. Commanding General YAHANNA, okay, kept that information, what was taught down to him, instructed to him, the orders that were given to him, he kept that since the 80s. The ISUPK is since 1969. All right, since the 60s, we've been pushing out this truth, all right, that we are God's chosen people, man. The real Jews are black, and that is a beautiful thing. That is one of the greatest things you could ever say, one of the greatest things that you can ever conjure in your mind and keep. Live by it. Live by it. All right? It's time for us to start living by our King, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which the world calls Jesus Christ, a black man. He give him a hand. Right off the bat, give Jesus Christ a hand. And I ain't talking about no Caesar boys here. I'm not talking about no Kenny G lookalike. I'm not talking about a Beach Boy lookalike. Okay? I ain't talking about a Post Malone lookalike. It's not an Edomite. He is not a Roman. He is a black man, a Negro, so-called, a nigger, a black man with a beard and an afro. That's the king. And he said the fire is the fire. He said the hardcore of hardest things you would ever understand or could try to attempt to understand, because you should live it in your life. All right? And what you live it in your life, all right, that's what the ISUPK is for. We are the priests and prophets of the Most High God. We are the disciples of Christ. Okay? Teaching this truth, changing and leading our nation. This is the real Israel. This is the real Israel. They over there fighting for something that don't belong to them. The Palestinians, the Arabs, the Middle Eastern, the Israelis, the Jewish, the Yiddish, the Bar Mitzvahs, that's fake. Has no connection to what's in this Bible. You are the real Jew. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. Okay? I'm going to start with the precepts. All right, y'all got any questions or comments? Go ahead, throw them in on these chats. I'm going to continue to try to keep it open. So it's open, all right? Y'all got questions or comments? I prefer it be on the topic, but if you got a question or comment, go ahead and pop it right in, all right? Greatly appreciate that, all right? Okay, let me see here. All right, okay. Pop them in, all right? I'm going to start from the top. Just see who in here with me. Okay. ISUPK Upstate New York. That's the YouTube page. ISUPK UPSTATENY. ISUPK Upstate NY. That's the YouTube page. Go and like it. Go and subscribe, share it, so that we can push it out, all right? Get this truth out. Let's get it out, all right? Okay? Okay. Also on my page, Yedaya, Shalom. To all the brothers, to all the Akim, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat the Thumb. To all the sisters, Shalom. Salakia, Shalom. Yahweh Shemar Alatha, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right? To all the Akwafim. All right, my sister, my cousin, we call each other brothers and sisters. Okay. Diamond, Salakia. It's a hot one today, so bear with me. Salakia. Okay, UPK Wood. Damani Walker. Oh, man. What's going on, Damani? We went to school together, man. Down there at Bonaventure. Shalom, brother. A Benjamite brother. Okay, from the tribe of Benjamin, of the 12 tribes of Israel. I don't know if he knows it or not, but link up, man. Michael M. Porter, always rocking in the classes. Okay. Nakashawan. Oh, man, my man. He gonna hate on this class today, but I'm just saying, listen, man. Okay. Shalom to my sister, Cara Thompson. All right. It's good to see you, brothers and sisters, in here. All right. And if you can, let it be known, I'm giving you a hand. Give yourself a hand. If you black, if you black or brown, okay, when I say black, I'm speaking of all the 12 tribes. If you black, when I say the 12 tribes, I'm saying the so-called Negro, so-called Hispanic, so-called West Indian, so-called natives of North, Central, and South America. If you black, give yourself a hand, man. You are beautiful people. And the Lord made sure of it that you be a beautiful people. But the thing is, we are diminishing our beauty. Okay? We are casting our pearls among swine. We're going to read that scripture. We are giving everything that the Most High kept specifically for us to everyone. All right? And when we do that, what happens when we do that, we become a destroyed people and continue in a state of being destroyed. That's why everything negative, we are number one in. You ever notice that? Everything negative, we're number one in. Okay? And that has to stop. And that has to cease. I'm a Juan. What's going on? Shalom. Questions or comments, pop them in, all right? Okay? All right? Okay, let me get right into it today. All right, The Hidden Truth Revealed every Monday, 12 p.m. noon here in Syracuse, New York. All right, if you're in Syracuse, 864 South Ave, you can come right here into the temple of the Lord, into the school, into the building. Okay, we got classes going on, all that. All right, I want to shout out Captain Tazaria. That get crossed the line on Patreon. I keep rewinding. I haven't even completed watching his debate or battle, as we say in the ISUPK, against some Zionist Jewish bastard. Most High in Christ, Captain Tazaria. Like I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, Captain Tazaria, I hope he say this. Maybe he's going to say this. He's about to say this. And he says something better and greater to show how skilled he is in this thing. In the way he listens and interacts with his opponent, he destroys the enemy by the power of the Most High God. And that is how it's supposed to be done, which is taught to him by commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, and the captains above him. All right. And I greatly appreciate Captain Tazaria doing these battles and not holding anything back and showing and proving who truly possesses the truth. And that is the ISUPK. All right. So I wanted to say that. All right. Napash, how you doing? Napash Kaya, salam. Okay. Y'all got any questions or comments? Pop them in, Babu Kashar. Let's make it more interactive. All right. All right, so bear with me, Salakia. 90 degrees already. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt, wait, hold up. Let me stop there. Let me stop there, right there. Ye are the salt of the earth. What does that mean? What does that say? Ye are the salt of the earth. What does that mean? What does that signify? If anybody could. Pop it in. What does that mean? Ye are the salt of the earth. What does that mean? What does that conjure up? What does that make you think about? Huh? Ye are the salt of the earth. Come on. Pop it in there. What's the salt of the earth? Sharban Yahawada Shalom. Princess Bayan. Okay. All right. Sharban Yahawada said, we give the earth flavor. That's right. That's absolutely right. Salt of the earth. Everyone follow what we do. I'm a one. That's absolutely right. Elaborate, I'm a one, a little bit more. Okay? Elaborate a little bit more, I'm a one. Everyone follow what we do. What you mean by that? You are right. You're correct. Okay. What makes us the salt of the earth? Ye are the salt of the earth. Let's stop right there, right? Okay? As y'all pop it in, I appreciate it. Okay? Shah, you absolutely right. We give the earth flavor. Okay. You look at. All right, okay. All right. I'm going to just say this and put it out there. And I'm not saying this to say this as if this is more important than the truth or to get carried away from the truth or anything of that. Okay. But I'm just saying this as an observation and also a personal thing. It's personal. I'm a LeBron James fan. Okay. And I like the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan as well. I like the Lakers. I like LeBron James. But that's just personal. But whenever I say I like LeBron James, everybody knows what comes up. What comes up? Michael Jordan. Well, LeBron James and Steph Curry. Kevin Durant. Magic Johnson. Who else? Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Whenever you talk about basketball, you start talking about who's greater. Same thing with rap. Right or wrong. I'm an 80s baby. Grew up in the 90s, crazy. You know, rap and hip-hop, R&B, all that music in the 90s, I'm always talking to somebody, we comparing the 80s music to the 90s music. Which decade was better? Which rapper was better? Which producers was better? Which crew or team or record label was the best in the 90s? And you know when you do the comparison, what do you always do when you do the comparison? You only compare who? You only compare who? Who's your favorite rapper? You say Biggie, somebody gonna say Tupac. Somebody gonna say Nas, somebody gonna say Jay-Z. Now, Salaki, I'm not really into it like I was back then. But my sons be telling me about rappers now and who they feel is the best rapper right now. And who are they comparing? You talk about Kendrick Lamar, you got to compare it to who? J. Cole. You talk about boxing, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Mayweather. Who do you compare them to? Zab Judah. Who do you compare these people to? You compare them to those of the same nation. Those of the same people. You start talking about Big Pun, now you gotta start talking about Big F. You start talking about this rapper or that singer. You talk about this sister. Oh, Whitney Houston was the best. Oh no, Anita Baker is this. Da, da, da. You only compare them to their own brother and sister. Now, Commanding General YAHANNA was bringing it out about the sister Simone Biles. And it is sad that they make our sisters, our daughters, dress the way they dress when they do these Olympics or run the track, okay? Or play in tennis. You know, the sisters, Serena Williams wore a nude outfit underneath her, and it was like as if she was naked. Because the tone went right into her skin tone, the color of her, it's just horrible. But who's the best in all these arenas? Who's the best in all these arenas? Simone Biles just won, am I right? Simone Biles just tore it up again. You don't compare trash to greatness. You're trying to compare who's the greatest on the earth. Black people are the greatest on the earth. We are the greatest people on the face of the planet. We don't even have to do any comparison. We don't. Ye are the salt of the earth. That's Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. These are the words of Yahushua. That's his name. That's his name. These are the words of Jesus. Jesus Christ. A black man who can compare to Christ? Who tries to compare the King of Israel? Ye are the salt of the earth. He's saying this. He's saying this. Now, I'm going to take it a step greater and farther. Since we talk about sports and entertainment, we're greater than that. Y'all know that. Sports and entertainment just touching the surface. Look at all the great inventors. A big topic of discussion right now is the vaccine and taking the vaccine. Who created vaccines? Do you know a black man created vaccines? A slave created vaccines? Who created the air conditioner? Who created the refrigerator? Who created the traffic light? The parts for the modern car? The list goes on. You the salt of the earth. Barack, what's going on, man? That's my man. What's going on, Doc? You the salt of the earth. Marvelous, young brother. Congratulations again, brother, on getting raised up, man. And I say well-deserved. That's well-deserved, man. You show tremendous brotherhood, and you follow diligently in your orders, and that's respected and appreciated, man. Okay? That shows you one West, true and true. All right? Okay? Let's talk about the inventions. Let's talk about the doctors, the accomplishments, the communities that we have when we're left alone to be great. The thinkers, all the men in this Bible, all the women in this Bible that followed after the Most High and did right by the Most High are black. Moses, a so-called Haitian, Haiti, Sapase. That was Moses and Aaron. David, it's a black man. All throughout. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, our forefather, the progenitor of the 12 tribes. Israel, a black man. Black, a Negro, a so-called Hispanic. The salt of the earth. This is your history. You're the salt of the earth. Just let that sit inside of you, man. You sisters, the salt of the earth. Sisters, when you put on a dress and cover your head and it matches, and you got the shoes to match, and you shine it, who can do that? What other nation can do that? What other nation can be like you? Your invention, your dignity, your morality. Nobody has morality like black people. No one's human like black people. And when I say this, I'm talking about all 12 tribes. Go ahead, pop it in. What does that mean? I think somebody hit on it. That's right. Amawan says, as far as how we dress, that's correct. Who can dress like us? Who can dress like us? Who can even dress like us? Be the poorest of the poor and dress and look the way we look. Damn good. Damn good at it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. What's the salt of the earth? We give the earth the flavor. That's absolutely right. Our inventions, how we dance, how we speak, how our slang words, even how we walk. That's right. I'm a one in it. So let's talk about it. We the salt of the earth. Now, me saying this, you feel good right now, don't you? You like it. You like hearing that. Well, live it. The problem with us today is that we don't live it. We rather give it to other people. We created a civil rights movement. I'm going to bring that up. And who take it? Who took it? Who did we give it to? our geniuses, our incredible minds, our leaders. What did we give it to? Christianity, Islam, the LGBT community, all our flavor. Salt is the flavor. Salt preserves. Oh, you know who invented the modern day preservatives too, right? You know that was a black man. Preservatives in your food so that they can take more time to last. Salt is a preservative that makes food last longer so that you can travel with it or so that you can store it, so that you can save it. And it makes food taste better. Now that's just touching the surface. Who the greatest cooks? Get out of here with that. Let's not even talk about it. Let's not even talk about it. And if you want to, please do talk about it. Your brother said slang. Slang terminology captivates the masses, regardless of what ethnicity they are. Everybody wants to speak like us. The slang. You can watch a commercial in Europe, in Germany, and they will use slang of the niggas here in America. The niggas of Central America. Stop giving it away, man. Stop giving your flavor away. And listen, you are an Israelite, you're not an African. Them Africans are still in our style too. Them Africans damn sure trying to steal all of our flavor. They starting to do Benjamite music as if it's their own. And us as Benjamites, we giving it away. I'm from the tribe of Judah, but I'm just saying, I'm on all 12 tribes. We as Benjamites, we give it to them because we thinking we African. They are forefathers. They so great. So we give them our music, our style, our flavor. Them Hamites don't give a damn. And they still can't do it right. I can't stand when I'm listening to dance hall and reggae. When I'm listening to soca. When I'm listening to salsa and merengue. Then I hear the Hamites jumping in, coming in with their Mobutu trash. Straight basura. Zabak Parad, what's up, Ak? Shalom. Kazak Yad, shalom. Shalom, brother. It's glad to have you in here. I'm talking that we are the salt of the earth. And what that means. Now look at Issachar. They're the so-called Mexican, man. We make America run. When I was talking about food, they sell tacos in China. The people that they can't stand and hate makes this place great. Because you the salt of the world, man. You know, the inventions and the ingenuity of Issachar, the things that they come up with, the structure and flow of what they do. Come on, man. It's incredible. It's incredible and impeccable how they have everything lined up and situated and organized when they do a job. When they do a job, it's crazy. Let them build a house. Let the tribe of Issachar build a house. That house is going to be built in 2 days. I'm talking about the whole house. You know why? Because of their ingenuity. Because they the salt of the earth. They know who to put over here to do this, while this person is doing that, while this person putting up the roof, while this person putting the floor down. They ain't got to interfere or get in each other's way. They know how to do it and do it in a timely manner and get it done. That's the salt of the earth, man. And because you are the salt of the earth, everybody hates it. They love you enough. They don't love you, Salakia. They despise you so much and like you just a little bit, just only for their gain. They like you just enough. Let's just keep these niggas alive, because the niggas is fashionable, like what was said. Kazakian said, even the sight of the Mexican flag offends them. Now I am Salam says you always rocking. So Quan, what's up? Salam, Kazakian said the sight of the Mexican flag. Exactly. They can't stand when you speak a different language. Oh my goodness, they get offended. But they don't get mad at the Asians and the Arabs, the Middle Eastern. But this is the problem. And I know y'all gonna go, oh, Captain Lasagna, always talking about the problem. He always being, nah, we gotta bring it out. This is why we're in the condition we're in. Because we have to take accountability. First, we have to know and understand that we're the salt of the earth on a spiritual level, on a divine level. When I say divine, I ain't talking about nothing spooky or nothing more, cats walking around talking about they gods and the infinite beings, all that nonsense and trash. It's thrown out the window into the trash can. What I'm saying by divine, what I mean is our God, the Most High Power, Yahweh, right? The Most High has given us this salt, given us this flavor. He has given us this flavor, right? He's chosen us specifically. Okay? Kazak Ahmad, what's up, Ak Salam? Okay, the water, it's always great to see you, brother. A true and true brother indeed. All right? All the way one west. Okay. Kazak Ahmad, we're talking about the salt of the earth, and now we the salt of the earth. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, you are the salt of the earth. We got to get that concept understood first. And that is from the Most High God. Israel in Hebrew means Yashar'Allah, Prince of the Power. We have a connection directly to the Most High. Our connection is to the Most High directly. No other nation can say that. And the Most High doesn't want it to be with any other nation except us. Those that live in the slums and the barrios. Those that live in the gutter and the hoods. Those that live in Central America. The islands and shanty towns. Those that have to cross the borders because the Europeans and the American diplomats force drugs so much, and that you can only work in these drug fields and make all these gangs up. They create all the gangs, run all the politics. So the brothers and sisters are trying to save themselves and, more importantly, save their families and have a crumb better than what they got in Mexico or Guatemala or Nicaragua, South and Central America. Same thing with the hoods here in America. We're trying and struggling to get out of this condition. We're the salt of the earth. So why is it? He says it right here. Zaksad said, oh man, Kazakya said, was a young man that didn't get his diploma because he wore the Mexican flag to his graduation. Damn. Whew. Man. That shows you who the salt of the earth is, who God's chosen people are. I'm going to read it. The water for that, because But if the salt have lost his savor, what does that mean? Pop that in. What does that mean? But if the salt has lost its savor. Come on now, pop these comments in. Where y'all at? Absolutely right, I'm a one. The devil indeed. Yes, you are absolutely right. Lose his savor. But if the salt lose his savor, and notice how Yahweh Shai said his. But if the salt lose his savor, it doesn't say it. It's not talking about the salt that you season food with. It's talking about a people. And he's talking about a specific people of royalty, of priesthood. And in here, Yahweh Shai is talking about those that take it a step higher. Meaning, not only do you know that you Israel, because he's talking about, these are what the world calls the Beatitudes, okay? The blessed are the poor. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for after righteousness. Blessed are the meek. This right here, and now it goes into the salt. All right? So it's specifically talking about Israel, but then the Israelites who are a people that live and keep the law, live and follow the king, live under protocol and order and rank and structure, and teach it. So if the salt have lost his savior, what's that saying? If we give our honor to every other nation, I'm a one. Give me my hand. Damn right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. That's indeed. I'm trying to get that light out of y'all face. So I about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how we lose our Savior. The term Savior is the same as flavor. It's something that keeps it and makes it great. Like the brother was saying, we make the planet Earth great. They know we are Israel. They know we Israelites. But if they keep us as slaves, they know that our flavor will keep them great. We'll lose it, and it'll go specifically for them. They'll benefit off of it. We lost our salt when we became Mexican Americans, Black Americans, Native Americans. We became the nation that hates us. Damn right, Kazakh, y'all. Oh, man. Come on, Kazakh, y'all. You in the show with me, man. I like when the brother be on, man. Y'all be dropping it heavy. That's absolutely right. Now we American. I was telling a brother about Memorial Day. Okay? Because he was like, you know, black people, we not really religious. I said, oh, that's absolutely the opposite, brother. Black people make everything a religion. Becoming American is a religion for black people. When I say black, I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics. Memorial Day, who was celebrating Memorial Day? It's their holiday. It's an American holiday created for American soldiers and American union workers so that we can have a memory for all the great Americans that came before us and struggled and died in the wars and struggled and died to build up this infrastructure. Who are they talking about? Who the hell are they talking about? I know they ain't talking about themselves. Because black and Hispanic soldiers died for this country to keep it going. The Mexicans died for this country to build up the infrastructure of this country, the economy of this country, the engineering of this country, the buildings, the skyscrapers built by Native Americans, by natives, the indigenous. And what do we do about it? They saying, always remember that we won all the wars and we got all the slaves. That's what they say in Memorial Day. That's what Memorial Day is. And we celebrate it, boy. We make it a religion. Black people? I don't see white people cooking out. Now, you don't see them doing nothing but getting drunk and high. Well, black people, oh my goodness. Every house got the grill out in the front yard or the backyard. Everybody is at the park with the grills. They burning all the charcoal up. Every food you can think of, every abominable food you can think of on that grill. Wearing red, white, and blue. Putting your children in red, white, and blue. That's how you lose your savor. That's how you lose your flavor. That's how you lose your preservation. A preservative preserves it. That's how we lose our life. Because we become the life for others, for the other nation. And you the flavor. Wherewith shall it be salted? But gun him off, man. That's what, give me my hand. Ephraim in the house. Shalom, man. It was great to meet you at the Passover, brother. You are a marvelous brother, man, and we appreciate you, man. Staying strong. Shalom, Yahweh Shina Shabbat. Officer Maganamar, Puerto Rico. Okay, Boricua. All right. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, man. And the song go Boricua, Morena, Boricua, Morena. Saying we together, man. Come on, man. We the salt of the earth. That was flavor, man. When Pun and Joe, you took Pun and you took Joe, R&B, and you mixed it together and you put the salsa tip to it, and you put the hip hop to it, you put the soul music background in it. Oh my goodness. It was wonderful and incredible, man. Oh man. And to say Morena, meaning beautiful black woman. My mother taught me when I was young, she said, that means a black woman. Morena. Boricua. That's a Puerto Rican woman. And I'm listening to the song, my mother telling me that's what it means. I'm like, man, that's wonderful. That these brothers wasn't desiring the European woman or the Asian woman or the Arab woman. It was Morena, Boricua. It was the northern tribes and the southern tribes coming together. That's the salt of the earth right there. But we done lost our flavor. We lost all our flavor. You got rappers talking about exotic women is Chinese women and Japanese women and European women. Ugh. When I say it, just now you get that rough scratch in your throat, like it's a nasty food or something. Ugh. You want to spit it out? Well, we the salt of the earth. That's exactly what that's talking. Wherewith shall it be salted? Now what happens? What happens where we live? What happens when we conduct ourselves? We don't have flavor anymore. We take on their philosophy. Even if we get with a sister, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, we'll get with a sister, that's a sister. But her mentality, her philosophy, her spirit is gone. That brother's spirit is gone to the other nations where all he thinks of and thinks like and interacts like is the other nations. So now we open it up ourselves and there's no more salt, there's no more flavor. Now we want to be like them. And we be like them. We act like them. We think like them. We pray to their gods. We follow them. Now we let in I'm about to bring up this article. Now we bring up homosexuality. Now we are into homosexuality and lesbianism and liberalism and all the hippie stuff and all the drugs and we just into all this nonsense because we lost our flavor. We're not being us anymore. We think that's us. They had a rally against the police and all the women jump on the police car and in front of the police and they twerking and shaking their behinds. That's our sisters losing their flavor. That's not us. That's not what the Most High God created us to be. That's not the Most High telling us, you the flavor of the earth through our King, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Our King telling us, you the salt, but you throwing it away. Wherewith shall it be salted? Everybody on here, shalom. We're willing to betray our own to be accepted by the nations that have oppressed us. Absolutely right, brother. Absolutely right. Deb, it's good to see you. Iowa. Oh, man, Iowa in the house. Let's get it going out. ISUPK, Iowa in the house. Man, the brother beat me in bowling, man. I was just joking, because anytime I see them brothers, Kansas City, man, I be like, man, beat me in bowling, man. Beat me in Captain Cottonside and Kawan, my man, Kawan. Down there in Florida, we tried to do, I don't know, East Coast versus the Midwest. Man, we going to have to ramp that bowling thing up again. We're going to ramp up a UPK bowling league. I got to step my game up, though, okay? But that's just a sidebar. It's a lie here, just messing around. But anyway, we lose our flavor, man. We in Iowa right now. We in Iowa. And the brother in Iowa is in Des Moines, Iowa. We got a school in Des Moines, Iowa. And the salt of the earth is this brother in Iowa teaching the truth. How we should talk. How we should be as men, our masculinity, being our royalty. Our sisters being honorable and virtuous. And looking and acting in that way. We teaching it in Iowa. That's the salt of the earth. That's what makes it run. But they take our salt and we twerking on the cops. Murdering each other. Shooting up each other, man. You take the flavor from the people, and what are they left with? Here it is. It is thenceforth good for nothing. Good for nothing. These are the words of Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ, the King of Israel, the King of Kings. These are his words. It is thenceforth, it is thenceforth good for nothing. What's that? It's good for nothing. We have been a people that's been reduced. We have been a people that have been reduced to nothing. To nothing. I posted a meme, right? And it was a dual picture. A picture on the top and a picture on the bottom. And on the top picture, it has Asian politicians and the Asian community standing around President Joe Biden as he's signing legislation of anti-Asian hate laws and all this other anti-Asian hate laws and all these laws, legislation moved for the Asians. And the bottom picture is Sealy. Remember that scene when Sealy was in The Color Purple? And he would get all the mail, and Sealy would run out, and she'd be happy because she's thinking her sister sent her a letter in the mail, a letter of inspiration and encouragement. And she turned and looked, and she said, "Did I get anything? Is there anything for me?" That's the black community. We gave everybody the civil rights movement. We gave them the blueprint. We told them this is how you do it. We got so far and high up into society here with our oppressor, and we just gave it to everybody. Gave everybody our flavor. Now the Asians are moving up politically, economically, as they're taking over Africa. Our community, they've been taking over our communities here. They're taking over all over these corners of the earth on the planet. And they come and they get it. How did they do it? Nail salons. Salakia, y'all. Salakia about that. Took over the nail salons, right? The beauty stores, the restaurants, the corner stores. They took all our businesses, took all our money, all our knowledge and intelligence, all our beauty and creativity. You know they over there, they selling fried chicken. The Arabs. How do you think the Hamas is fighting against the Israelis? How is Hamas fighting against the Israelis? The Israelis getting billions of dollars every year from America. They're getting military weapons from Russia, from other countries in Europe. How is Hamas, the Arabs military, the Arab military leadership, how are they getting all this money to fight back the Israelis? How are the Palestinians fighting back the Israelis? You know how the Palestinians are fighting back the Israelis? You know how they get supported? They own every corner store in your neighborhood. They own all the hair salons and weave stores in our communities. They selling all the fried chicken and beef patties and pizza. They selling all the 40 ounces. All them natty daddies for $1.25. That adds up. And that money gets taken and gets sent to their militaries, gets sent to their leaders who invest only in them. That's our salt. We the salt of the world, and they take it. America going to the Olympics. Who's running the track? Who's making America look marvelous? Who's running around the track field? Who's putting basketball in the hole? Who's doing? Simone Biles got her own moves in gymnastics. Naomi Osaka, she getting disrespected by the French. They ridiculing her, harassing her. The media is harassing her because she's saying, I want to take time off. I don't want to play in the French Open. That's a Haitian sister. Y'all know that, right? That's a Levite. She opened up a school in Haiti on teaching tennis in Haiti and in Florida. But you know, her great talent, you know who's using that and sucking the blood? And the sister said, I gotta take a break because I'm got mental health issues. Y'all driving me crazy. If you're black and Hispanic and indigenous of North, Central, and South America, you going crazy. Because all of your flavor, all of your preservation, your livelihood, your life, your savor has been taken by the oppressor, and we give it to the other nations. And we become good for nothing. Good for nothing. But to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of them, that's happened to us. My Ewing, Salam. Sandoval, what's going on, man? Salam, man. Trying to pull up this article. I'm not hitting y'all with this silent streaming. I'm just trying to, for some reason, everything is a subscribe now. I was trying to pull up this specific article on okay, this is what Kazak was talking about. That was heavy out. You're absolutely right. They wouldn't allow the brother to graduate because he wore a Mexican flag to the graduation. He left without a diploma. A North Carolina student wore a Mexican flag. Hold on, let me put this up. Asheboro, North Carolina, whenever Lopez decided to wear a Mexican flag to his high school graduation ceremony, he hoped to support his culture. Oh, man! He hoped to support his culture. Lopez didn't expect that anyone would react strongly against it. But because of the flag, Lopez was denied his diploma. At the Asheboro High School graduation ceremony on Thursday night, Lopez said he carried the flag in and draped it over his shoulders while he was seated. Lopez said he was seated near teachers and no one mentioned the flag until he reached the stage. I just gotta represent, Lopez said. And you see how they put that in there? You see how they try to play us? This is journalism. This is USA Today, right? Why do they put gotta like that? I just gotta represent. Why couldn't they just put, why didn't they just put, I just have to represent? Why did they put gotta? Lopez said, yo, y'all can love the enemy as much as y'all want. Y'all can continue to love him as much as you want. And even the liberal, the journalism, the left wing, the Democrats, y'all swear up and down they care. Y'all, the white people that, when I'm talking, I'm just talking for information. Please bear with me. When I say that, I'm talking to Facebook and YouTube, y'all know, because I said white people just now. Oh my goodness, you can't even say the word white people. I'm just speaking in a descriptive manner for people to understand. You know, the so-called cool white people, you know what I mean, that listen to hip-hop with us, smoke weed with us, right? Even those ones, you feel as if they love you because they got a black husband or a black man, or she like black men or have sex with black men. Disgusting. Or vice versa, right? Because this white man, he come to the cookout and he cool and he love the sisters. He love being around us. Those are the ones that hate you the most. Do you know it? My goodness. Like I said, the school has received threats through emails, 10 to be exact. The water. But let me go back to it. Because we swear up and down that the left-wing, liberal Edomites are those in which love us too. We give them all our flavor. We give them a pass and a slide, whatever. I did it for my family. That's right, brother. Give a brother a hand, man. Give this brother Lopez a hand. Ever Lopez. They came over here to give me a better future. Damn! Now, where is this article? I'm going to compare this article. He is the first in his immediate family to graduate. So the ceremony held a special significance. Come on, man. Sheesh. When the name was called, he stepped on stage, ready to receive his diploma. The principal wouldn't hand it over, though. and spoke with him quietly as a line of students waited behind him. After a few seconds, he walked off the stage without his diploma. See if I can play this video, right? They don't give it to him. They don't give him the diploma. Have a conversation. He wants his diploma because it's well deserved. He gets a pat on the back and told to keep it moving. This is the devil on the earth that you give all your love to. Christ said you're the salt of the earth, man. Now, this month has been taken over. Juneteenth has been taken over. Your culture and your heritage, for you to remember your fight to get out of slavery, for you to drape the Mexican flag on your back because your parents and your family struggled for you to get an education here. But this month, during your graduation, I guarantee that gay pride flag was waved everywhere. It's Gay Pride Month. Not Juneteenth anymore. It's the LGBTQ. In the High Court, I'm trying to find an article on USA Today. The High Court shift the LGBTQ legal terrain, meaning this. The LGBTQ community has legal terrain everywhere in America now. Their voice gets heard. If he had the gay flag draped on his back, oh my goodness, they would have gave him 2 goddamn diplomas. They would have gave him 2 diplomas. They would have gave him a heterosexual diploma and a gay diploma, LGBTQ. And I'm saying gay because the G means gay. You do know that. For Facebook and YouTube and everybody that's going, hey, you can't say that anymore. You can't say gay anymore. You are disrespecting us. You sodomites should be ashamed of yourself. How you stole our salt. How you stole our flavor. You took it from us. I'm going to just type it in. His name is Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin is one of the leaders of the civil rights movement. Let me see. Let me see this. Let me show y'all this. If a black man is gay, oh, because you're gay, because you're LGBTQ, because you're a homosexual, because you're a sodomite, look at RuPaul. Look at this here. Let me share this screen. This is RuPaul, right? A sodomite. He most likely was molested and hurt. Had some sexual deviation done to him as a child. Destroyed in America. A black man got to put on this goddamn wig, right? Got to put on a wig and makeup and lipstick and be a full-out sodomite. Let me show y'all something. It's Gay Pride Month, right? Let me click on the picture on his page. This is Bayard Rustin, an FX original documentary series. We are all one, and if we don't know it, we will learn it the hard way. Bayard Rustin, Pride, 6 decades of loving out loud. Bayard Rustin is the civil rights leader that taught Martin Luther King. He taught Martin Luther King. So they took the civil rights movement, our fight, our struggle, and now it's been turned over because we have been, it is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men. So the civil rights movement, Hulu and Netflix and FX, they going to do a series on it. That brother rocks the Mexican flag. He rocks the Mexican flag to show the struggle of his people. And he doesn't get a diploma. I guarantee the Bayard Rustin and RuPaul walked on that stage with makeup on and the rainbow flag and the sodomite culture, the perversion, the sexual perversion and sexual deviancy. If that would have happened, oh my goodness, they would have definitely gave you a diploma. They wouldn't go against the pride during Gay Pride Month. The civil rights experience in America, you have been reduced. You have been reduced. That's Bayard Rustin. I just had the picture. Where it go? Yeah. Look at that. Y'all see that? Bayard Rustin was the pioneer of the civil rights movement. And you see who rocking with him. One of the #1 traitors. I thought Martin Luther King was a Christian. I thought he followed Christ. I thought he followed the Bible. You would have told Bayard, look, man, we're not doing this sodomite stuff. No, this fight ain't for no gay rights. This ain't for no LGBTQ. We ain't doing that. But that goes and proves that Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement gave all they sought. If Issachar would have put a rainbow flag on with the Mexican flag, he would have got a diploma. They steal your salt and your flavor. You give it to them. Straight up sodomite, leading the civil rights movement. And they're going to do a biopic. They're going to honor him. Martin Luther King, look at him. Look at Martin Luther King, and they smiling. And how can we destroy our people even more? We make them gay. We make them lesbians. We make them sexual deviants. We let them twerk in public and be half naked. We let them be wild sexual, and there will never ever be any great nation of ours. We'll be good for nothing, trodden underfoot of men. That other picture. They got Rustin with his lover. Look at this. Look at this. Bayard Rustin get to drive around in nice fancy cars. Because they get to wear them pink shirts now. That purple, man, woo, that means something, don't it? That purple sure enough means something. Celebrate Black history. Bayard Rustin. Hey, gay history. Our gay history. Black history is now gay history. That's why he did it. That's what he fought for. He fought so he can have a white man. My goodness. Diminished. We'll be diminished as a people. Unapologetically black, queer, and movement oriented. A Mexican brother does not get a diploma walking across stage because his people done picked all the goddamn fruit on the goddamn continent, picked all your cocoa leaves and all your marijuana leaves. You can open up a marijuana store in America But you can't have a black business? You can't have an Hispanic business? That's the soul. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill can't be hid. Wear all the purple you want. All them rainbow flags. Rem said she went to the store to get some scarves and some handbags. And she saw the rainbow flag and she said, I'm not getting that. Especially not now. Because all the girlfriends will try to run up on me. And she wasn't saying girlfriend like, yo, friend, that's a girl. She up here talking about the L in the LGBTQ. The strong ones. They done took over Juneteenth. And you notice our black leaders and our leadership and our movement, we ain't fighting against that. We're not fighting against it. There's a sister, I don't agree that she's a Republican, but her name is Angela Stanton King. And she married into Martin Luther King's family. She ran for political office in Georgia. And she's conservative. She said she went to visit Miami. She got a video of it, Angela Stanton King. And while she's in Miami, at a club at 11 o'clock at night, a drag show starts. She says she's already there. She already had her food. She already having her drinks. And the drag queens come out, all these RuPauls. And she said out of nowhere, children start being pulled on stage and walked up and down stage with the drag queens, with the sodomites. And she's like, why is there children here? She starts recording and walks over to a manager and says, but why are there children here at 11 o'clock at night at an event that's for homosexuals, which is a sexual thing? Somebody told me, well, the homosexual ain't a homosexual because it ain't all about sex. The word is homosexual. Sexual is in your title. It is all about sex. Sexual deviancy. And the LGBT community has now new legislation passed by your president, your vice president, has passed all this legislation. The Mexican brother can't walk across the stage with the Mexican flag on his back. He gets stopped before getting his diploma and told to leave and get a slap on the back to get the hell out of here with your Mexican flag. And all the names that you hear in the video before that, let me put this camera back on. All the names that you hear are Hispanic names. Rodriguez, Lopez, Sanchez, Santos. So his class, he in a class with his peers of his, he can't wear the Mexican flag, but it's LGBTQ gay month. It's gay pride month. Barrett Rustin gets a biopic, documentary, 6-part series on Hulu. FX presents. But blacks and Hispanics, we can't talk about how they stole our heritage. That's a stole. They stole our flavor. We gave it to them. Martin Luther King gave it to the gay community. Hell, even Caitlyn Jenner said, I don't want cisgender born females in competition in their sports with girls that are born boys. He's saying that that's not fair. Wow, what's up, Oxalam? Y'all watch your mouth shop at the club. What's going on, Uncle John? Every other nation, that's right, I'm a one. Every other nation can represent their nation except Israel, the real Jew. I can't, you see this shirt right here? They look at this like this is something vulgar. The real Jews are black. Jesus is a black man with braids. Remember Allen Iverson came in the league? Boy, they couldn't stand that. They couldn't stand no braids, man. They couldn't stand no street culture. His hat is big and to the side. We got to change the image of the NBA. Now they walk up in the NBA with Daisy Duke shorts on. That's all LeBron wears, some shorts all the way up his thigh. I said, what the hell what type of madness is this? But Allen Iverson couldn't wear them baggy pants, boy. Them baggy pants. He used to walk in there with Timbs on and camouflage. I used to love that part of our culture. When the men wore army fatigues and boots. It was masculine, man. DMX just passed away. We enjoyed DMX because he had masculinity. He was strong about it. Not saying he's right for the drugs and the violence and all that. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just talking about the masculinity aspect. It got found out. Why do the girls want these thugs? Why they want them boys in the streets? Because they want some masculinity. I'm not saying gang banging and drug dealing is masculine, because it's not. But the aspect of being strong, speaking out for what you believe in, standing on what your culture is. If you're in the gay community, you can do that. They pass legislation for it. That override. Bayard Rustin is not a black man. He's a gay man. That's what that gets promoted as. Every other nation can have their Asian flags and speak their language and have their festivals and culture. Like black people say, you the true children of Israel. You the real Jew. You God's chosen people. And let's dress up in that culture and that identity. Oh, no, well, stop. You can't do that. You can't. Let me bring this out. Give a hand to the South Carolina school. ISUPK, South Carolina. The brothers adopted a baby. I'm talking about a newborn child, a little boy, this big, adopted. And we have a foster care program now in ISUPK, South Carolina. You know, we already did it in Texas. I remember when brothers would come up to me and say, brothers and sisters would come up to me and say, y'all ain't doing nothing in the ISUPK. Why y'all don't adopt nobody? Y'all don't even be adopting no kids. And y'all ain't helping these children out. Why don't y'all open up a daycare? Why don't y'all open up youth centers? Why y'all ain't doing nothing? Y'all don't do nothing. All y'all do is go on the corner. You know, it's part of our culture. It's part of our culture to do what them brothers and sisters did down there in South Carolina. And y'all should give them a hand. Y'all should give them a hand. All y'all that say that the ISUPK don't do nothing, y'all need to give them brothers and sisters a hand in South Carolina. You should give ISUPK a hand, man. You should pay tithes and send in donations to the ISUPK. You should see Commanding General YAHANNA and see him and be like, that's a leader right there. We are adopting children and babies in the ISUPK because that is part of our culture, man. To love each other and to only love black and brown people. That's our culture. When their culture is to take it from us. Take our love that we should have for ourselves. Take our flavor and our song. Take our intelligence and our knowledge, our leadership abilities. We should take that from them. That's exactly what they do. I'm going to get a picture of that baby, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook page. And all you niggas that said we don't do nothing in the ISUPK, I want you to like and share it. I want you to comment on it. You ain't got no black businesses. Where the black businesses back then? How come you always hating on the Arabs? Y'all always hating on the Arabs and the Asians and the gay community, but y'all ain't doing nothing. Where y'all businesses at? I want you to go to Addictive Chaos right now with a K. Go to Addictive Chaos webpage. It's an ISUPK webpage, man. I want you to, Captain Tazaria got oils and body butters. His brothers that's selling all types of things. Sisters selling all types of things, man. You don't know because you gave your salt to the other nations. You want it to be owned by another nation. You want it to be pushed by another nation because you have no faith or courage in yourself. You don't believe that a black man can teach right. A black man can't be a leader. He can't. That means you hate God. You hate the God of the Bible. You hate the Most High. You do. You can't picture him as being a black man. You can't picture Jesus Christ as a black man. You can't picture Moses as a black man. You can't picture David as a black man, Solomon as a black. You can't even picture it in your mind because the salt that you once had, you gave it to them. You let them have it. Now you are nothing. Tread upon. Now it's time for us to get that flavor back. Let's take our flavor back. From the LGBT community, let's take our flavor back. From the Asian community, take our flavor back. Nope, that's ours. Karak got a rocking song. Karak, give him a hand, man. Oakland, ISUPK Oakland. He got a rocking song. I love this song. It's called Copyright Infringement. If I play something or show something that somebody don't like of their organization, of their nationality, or their culture, or anything, their music, their commercial, I gotta put I don't own the copyright or authorization of this commercial or this music. You gotta put that everywhere. You know why? Because there's something called copyright infringement. Did they steal your flavor? Has America not stolen the flavor of the Judites? Of the Benjamites, of the Issacharites, of the Gadites, of the Reubenites? Have they not stolen the flavor of Asher, Zabalawan? Have they not stolen the flavor of Manasseh, of Ephraim, Loya, the Levi? Did they not steal the flavor from blacks and Hispanics and Haitians and Dominicans and Cubans and Brazilians? Did they not steal our flavor? They stole all of our flavor. That's why they're sinking ships in Iran. That's why there's war in the Middle East. Because you stole our flavor. And the Most High God does not approve of it. Now there's a judgment that's coming. There's a time for us as a people to take our culture back and our identity and our flavor and to keep it to us. This is just personal. This is a personal. This is the word nigga, right? The word nigga. Now I already have the understanding of the word nigga and the negative connotation of which it comes from. Okay? And that it does not identify us as who we truly are. It comes from the word Niger. All right? It comes from the word Niger, which is associated with the word Nikaro, or Necro, death, or black, from mortuum, right? Okay? And they use that term to describe us because of our condition, all right? That's not truly who we are, nigger, nigger. I understand that. But I also understand the concept of us taking that word and using that word as a term that we use amongst ourselves, right? And I understand that so much that And I'm not against brothers and sisters that do it. Brothers and sisters that call a European a nigger, or an Asian a nigger, or an Arab a nigger, or a Hamite a nigger, African a nigger, right? To where I'll be like, I get what they're saying, but I don't even want to call them niggas. I don't. That's just me personally. I don't like calling them niggas because I just feel that's ours. And I feel they going to take it and, you know what I mean? I remember when we first started doing that in the early 2000s. And I used to be like, what? Like I'm sitting eating lunch in the university cafeteria and Edomites walk in, and the brother go, man, them niggas over there, man, them niggas. And I'm like, what? Niggas, what? I don't see no Jake. I don't see no brothers. He's like, nah, I'm talking about the white boys. You know, we say white boys is niggas. You know, them niggas. I'm just saying, because he a man, because he a male. So it's a nigga. And I'm just like, man, we doing that? But that's just me, because I feel as if I really enjoy when we have something that is of our own. When we had BET, that felt like it was something of our own. When we have our events, it feels like something that's of our own. Let us have them. I remember when we first had Juneteenth here, when we started having Juneteenth here in Syracuse, and it was right in the middle of the hood. We had a stage for the hip hop. We had the Benjamite restaurant blasting out all the dance hall, selling all the food. We had Puerto Rico and Cuba. It was just all mixed together. It was just all us. And it feels so good, man. And when you see the Edomites come, you just be like, oh, man. I ain't here. You know what I mean? The party is ruined. Why are you here? You see the Sodomites coming in, you just like, why they gotta bring them up in here? Why the Sodomites gotta be here? Why we gotta do that? It just don't feel right when you take your flavor, when you mix the nations and it's forced. It's like we're forcing it and forcing it. And let the Edomites be racist. Let them be right-wing conservatives, conspiracy theorists that destroy their own Capitol buildings. Let them. Let them be Trump supporters. Let them do it. Why? Because it keeps us, let them be separate then. I'm not saying let them beat us and kill us and murder us and slaughter us. No. You got to stand up against that. But if they want their own community, let them have their own community. Let's have ours. See this book here? Syracuse African Americans, Black America series. I'm looking in this book. In a city I'm born and raised in. City I'm born and raised in. Syracuse, New York. Right? Let me read the inscription on the back as to why people would want to buy this book, to get the understanding of this book, right? And the book is filled with nothing but pictures of us and our own communities, right? Look how we gave our sword away, all right? Look at that, Martin Luther King's ring. And look where we at now, all right? But before, in all these communities that we had, Black communities, okay, in our schools and everything, our bands, our music, just our culture, our restaurants that we have. Oh my goodness. Look at this, man. Look at this beautiful sister right here. Look at this beautiful sister. This is a Black-owned bar in Syracuse, New York. Look at this beautiful sister. Look at the brother hollering at the sister while they having some drinks. Ain't that beautiful? Do we not love that? Ain't that something that's great? Y'all comment, all right? What happened? Shawarana, salam, sis. Okay. Malawana, it's good to see you on here as well. We are the sort, that's right. Your sister's always rocking. Naalia, Shalom, Saber, Sir Flavor. That's right. For some reason, the comments didn't come in on the Facebook, so I was just bringing it back up. All right. And I appreciate y'all popping in them comments and rocking with me. Shara Ranan, Naalia, Malawana. All right. Y'all keep putting them comments in, okay? I'm gonna just have to refresh it. But this picture here, yep. And I grew in this city, right? Syracuse. And listen to the back. Syracuse African Americans abounds with hard work, forbearance, determination, strength, and spirit. It depicts through photographs the heritage of this upstate New York African American community. The story spans several centuries, beginning when escaped slaves made salt. Check this out. Escaped slaves. Do you know I'm bringing out the scripture about the salt of the earth? And escaped slaves would escape from the South, come up to Syracuse, New York, and work in the salt fields and salt factories and salt fields. When I say salt fields, I mean because the waters here were severely concentrated with salt, and the mining of the salt here was very lucrative here in central New York, specifically Syracuse. It was called the Salt City. It was called the Salt City. And these slaves made salt here and sold it to the Native Americans. We worked with Native Americans, man. There was black and Native American businesses in Syracuse, New York. If you come to Syracuse, New York today, you will see no or little to none black and Native American businesses selling salt. Once a hotbed of abolitionism, Syracuse was the site of a protest against the fugitive slave law. Later, as the city became a manufacturing center, its black population increased. Barbara Shinklin Davis, whose photographic exhibits have chronicled the Syracuse African American and Jewish communities, is a professor emerita at Onondaga Community College and the principal of Syracuse Hebrew Day School and Epstein High School of Jewish Studies. Now, that's a Jewish woman. A Jewish woman did this book. Why would a Jewish woman do this, make this book, write this book, or put this book together with these photos? Why would there be a connection with the Jewish woman? Somebody, come on through and tell me. Come on through and tell me. This is the Pioneer Homes. This is the Pioneer Homes. The Pioneer Homes, the first housing complex in New York State, and it's still up to debate if it's the first housing complex in America, right? So let's say this is the first housing complex, the first projects in America. And it was started because of the Jewish refugees. Jewish refugees leaving World War II, leaving Europe, Germany, Poland, and they lived here. And as soon as they gathered their money together and got support from America, the American allies and everything, they moved up to Syracuse University and became all the professors at Syracuse University. And you know who still lives in the Pioneer Homes? And moved in right after they left, and who still lives there? I see the projects. I see the projects, right? See the housing complex? You go to any hood, you're going to see something similar to these buildings, right? You know who still lives here? We do. Section 8, food stamps, welfare, child support, we do. Court dates, we do. Gun violence, drug abuse, we do. While they rise up. And while we lived here, as soon as they moved out, we start buying houses of our own. Our own communities right here in Syracuse. Let me get that one. Look at this. Look at the barbershops, the restaurants, the jazz bands that we have. The salt of the earth. This is before Bayard Rustin and the LGBTQ and the gay rights movement, the civil rights movement. This is before that. Verse 14, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. We set on a hill. Meaning our light shines. We always shining as a people. Always shining as a people. Like y'all said, they took that light from us. These beautiful black families, man. They take that light from us. We don't have families like this. Now, after the civil rights movement, what the hell was we fighting for? We were fighting for integration. We were fighting to give them our businesses. Fighting to give them our knowledge and intelligence. We should have built more HBCUs. Should have built up HBCUs all throughout New York. All these communities, we should have started our own schools, our own elementary schools, our own high school, because of our intelligence, to feed our own. No, we want to go to the white schools with the white folks. Let me see if I can find this clip. This clip always blows my damn mind. I'm always running out of time. I'll be getting carried away, man. Y'all gotta help me out. Let me see if this is the one.
Are the color cartridges in your printer ready for another school year?
Slacking about that, y'all. I hope this is the interview where Martin Luther King traded us away.
Civil rights, King, now.
In the bus more than anybody else. And Montgomery was a community predominantly church-centered, so that it was very easy to get to the vast majority of Negroes because they were in some way connected with a church in the community. And it simply means that we've got to develop in the North a massive job of organization and mobilizing to vote for civil rights legislation because it dealt with an issue they're coming to see them. Because before the people...
All right, so I'm going to play this. I want y'all to understand this. Now the LGBT, they got another month. They got another gay pride month. They took Juneteenth away from us. Juneteenth was black history, black culture, black people coming together about getting out of slavery. And during the Tulsa, Oklahoma, the whole thing about Tulsa, Oklahoma, We're supposed to be building it back up. And let's go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and build back up our own. Nah, everybody else got it. You know why? This is what our focus was.
People of the North were looking to the South. They supported the struggles of the South. Now they're coming to see that their problems are very real and they've got organized to grapple with them.
Was there something hypocritical about the fact that the South existed and the North could point the finger? And then when the Civil Rights Acts were passed in the early 60s, you couldn't point the finger anymore?
Well, there was no doubt about the hypocrisy of large segments of the nation on the whole question of racial equality. I think the best example is that many of the senators from the North and the West, and congressmen generally, who voted for civil rights legislation in '64 and even in '65 with the Voting Rights Bill, refused last year to vote.
Do you know what civil rights was in '64 and '65? What was civil rights in '64, '65? What was the push, the promotion and the push designated for us to do and to enact? What was it for? Can anybody answer that for me, Baba Kashaw? Baba Kashaw, what was the civil rights movement for in '64 and '65? What was the main push of the civil rights movement in '64 and '65? What was it for? Somebody, come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Baba Kashaw, hit me. Come on now. Come on now. What was it? What was the push? And 65. What was it for? What was the push? That's right, Sharawana. Sharawana said, if we had our own everything, it would have been less crime in our community. She's absolutely right. If the corner store is owned by your father, and the flower shop is owned by your aunt, and then the grocery store down the block was owned by your wife's family, and your Uncle Johnny had a car shop, a mechanic shop. If all these businesses in your neighborhood were owned by your people, your grandmother's best friend, she owned this. If the school was owned by everybody in your family and run by everybody in your family, there wouldn't be any crime. You know why there wouldn't be any crime? Or less crime? Or minimalized crime? Do you know why? You wouldn't have to rob anybody, because why would you rob your uncle to pay a bill that you got to pay to your aunt? That doesn't make any sense. You don't have to rob anybody because you'll have a job. You always have a job in your own community. That's the point. So what was the civil rights movement for? What did it push and promote? What did Martin Luther King just say in this clip when he talked about civil rights and the legislation of the civil rights movement? What was he speaking of? Anybody? Come on now. Taronda Ellis, shalom to you. That's a hardcore picture. That picture speaks 1,000 words. The dichotomy of that picture. It's got a sister breastfeeding an Edomite baby wrapped in an American flag, proving the point of what we've been talking about today, of us giving all of our nurturing, all of our supplements, all of our elements, everything you can conjure up and think of, giving it to our oppressor. Martin Luther King said in this clip, let me play it again.
Vote for civil rights legislation.
Vote. Vote.
because it dealt with an issue applicable to the North, the whole housing question. And this, it seems to me, was the greatest expression of the hypocrisy of many of our citizens.
Voting. Voting. Let's vote and vote. We'll have them vote for the housing and vote for the civil rights law. We ain't got shit. Excuse my language. We ain't got shit. What do we have? It's worse. We are good for nothing. We are trodden underfoot because we want to. Martin Luther King is supposed to be intelligent. He's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be our spokesperson, our spokesman. Christianity destroyed him. His love for white women destroyed him. And in turn, because we followed him, it destroyed us. Bayard Rustin taught Martin Luther King. Bayard Rustin instructed Martin Luther King. A homosexual taught this man on how to lead a nation of God's chosen people. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about everything that you are. You are God's chosen people. Ye are the salt of the earth. Ye are the light of the world. You are God's chosen people. You are the Jew. The Jews are black. You are a royal priesthood, a nation of kings and priests and prophets, virtuous women, honorable women. You have a law given to you through Moses by the Most High. You have a king that is perfect. Jesus Christ, a black man. Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Let's keep our flavor, our Savior, to ourselves. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with us loving only us. I said it last week. I'm going to continue to say it because it's been instructed and taught to me by my father, Commanding General YAHANNA. That's what this Bible is all about. It's about you, nigga, spick, coon, wetback, redskin. I'm giving you all the bywords that you've accepted and been called, and you take it on and you live it out because you'd rather give your flavor to all the other nations. And you are God's chosen people. You are Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel. And you are lost because you won't come back. This is where we all need to be. With that, check out Commanding General YAHANNA tonight, Monday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Commanding General YAHANNA, Black Watch. You can type in Commanding General YAHANNA, Commanding General YAHANNA. YAHANNA is spelled YAHANNA. Go to all ISUPK online classes. Go to all social media. Type in ISUPK, UPSTATENY. I had to do it. I had to count it. All right? The hidden truth revealed. Captain Azania. All right? Shalom. Pay your tithes, man. Get the list for the cookouts. All the cookouts. Chicago cookout coming up. July 21st, I want to say. It's that area, July 21st through the 24th. And with these cookouts, there's lectures in these cookouts. There's classes being taught by General Muhammad. Wonderful class. Check out his class tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Always a rocking class. Check out Commanding General YAHANNA. He be having them oh my goodness. He be doing Black Watch with Captain Mashat. Oh, man. He just did one that was like 3-4 hours. Oh, wait. I'm still watching it. Get in all the classes, man. Pay your tithes. Send in donations. Get in all black. You want to join the Trooper program. You want to get in the Hebrew Academy. You better line it up now. Sisters, come on up in here. All right, be beautiful. Men come up in here and be strong. All right. With that, Israel, shalom. Play this again. I'm playing the beginning.
Hey, I'm just following orders. When you want to slow motion, you got you at 60 first%. Come on,
Water.
They say they want to hit it rough. For the rest, these niggas claiming that they bust. These niggas better go and coach. But the players that they get it wrong, boy. See me like, ooh, people stop me. I'm on my way up and they ain't gonna stop me. They say they want to hit it rough. I'm on my way. I'm coming up on my nose. They see me like, ooh, people stop me. I'm on my body. Real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I broke my arm. Going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop my these niggas got me. So watch it out, boy. I'm coming all black, silver house coming out, boy. I'm on the hip like a cowboy.
I'm a king, you should bow, boy.
Woo! They say they want to hit it rough. For the rest, these niggas click. They see me like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body. Real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I broke my arm. Going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop my these niggas got me. So watch it out, boy. I'm coming all black, silver house coming out, boy. I'm on the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king,
You should bow, boy.
They say they want to hit it rough.